Hello everybody, welcome back to Mindset Matters, episode 7. I'm here with Andy Proza. Andy, thank you for coming. And you might recognise, everybody watching, production value's gone up. We've got shirts on, we've got fancy chairs, we've got sources of lighting. Andy, you're responsible for this, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You've got to do it properly.
Yes.
So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, no problem.
So we met a few months ago, didn't we? Was it a 4N?
It was 4N, surely, yes.
And then there's BB4B, and we met there in some place. So we started talking about business, but we also started talking about Christianity and music and ethics, and we had a few kind of interesting things we shared, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was really cool. So what I want to talk to you first of all about, Andy, is about your business and kind of where you come from, because even we were talking off camera, even the name Enterprise Web Design and Print. Can you tell people what the enterprise stands for?
We're a social enterprise.
And for people that wouldn't know what that meant.
Yeah, so what that means is basically we do want to make profits, but we want to plough them back into primarily local youth and community projects.
Brilliant. So that's the way your business is set up. Is it makes a profit, and part of that profit goes straight to helping other people.
Yeah.
See, that's fantastic. So can you tell us a bit about your business and kind of like how long you've been going for? Obviously, you're a Lancashire-based business. You work in video, but you also work in photography and web design. So you've kind of got all the three areas kind of covered.
Yeah, well, we see ourselves as a design studio that provides online and offline marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we produce websites and leaflets, business cards, pop-up banners and all that stuff. But it's really helping our clients be intelligent in their approach to marketing.
Okay.
Because it's fine, you want to produce a website, but why do you want to produce a website, and who's it aimed at? What's your target audience? What's the message you want to communicate through your branding and through the content? And so we will work really hard with clients to think through that carefully. And the same with offline marketing. You know, if you're going to print 5,000 leaflets, you want to make sure that investment is worth the while. Who are they for? Where are they going to go? Are they going to sit in boxes under your desk, or are they actually going to reach
do something?
Your potential customers? And how are you going to measure whether that's been effective or not?
I think that's really interesting, because like obviously you've got online businesses and offline, but I think you're right. You start with the design element. It's like, what do you want? What are you trying to do here? And then from that, everything else. So you might need the website, but you might need that. And I think it's really interesting, because Joe Watson, who was on the show last week, was talking about the same thing. People want to write a book, say, and they're doing a talk and they want a book. It's like, what are you going to do with that book? Why do you want the book?
Yeah.
You know, have you got a platform to sell the book? Have you got a website? Or is it like you say, is it just going to sit like in the boxes under the desk? So you're saying that everything you do is purposeful. It's not just something for the sake of it. It's like the client wants that, and you can advise them and say that they need that, and it's looking at kind of the package kind of thing.
Yeah, the whole package really, and we'd like to be a one-stop shop for customers, because especially if we've done the branding, we can then make sure the branding is consistent across all their forms of marketing.
See, that's a good point, because I've just hadn't thought about that. Your website might look a certain way, then your social media is a different one, and your business cards and your pop-up. And
that often happens, especially social media. You know, you see the banner and the profile pictures often don't represent their branding or how they appear on the website or on other materials. So it doesn't take a lot of effort to get that right.
It's asking the right question,
but
isn't
often
it?
Clients don't know how, and also the challenge of fitting a rectangular logo in a square, which most profiles for Twitter and Facebook, LinkedIn are either round or square now.
So there's little differences,
little things where they'll cram an elongated logo into a square, and then it looks awful.
Doesn't look right.
So it's how do you repurpose your logo and branding, thinking about social media as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're a Lancashire-based business. How long have you guys been going for now?
So we're in our 5th year of business.
Fantastic.
I was a sole trader before that, doing just web design primarily, just friends and family and a few local connections.
Oh, that's nice.
Just kind of in my spare time. And then my business partner Dave, who's a graphic designer of 30 years.
He likes his coffee. He makes a good coffee,
makes a good coffee, he does. Yes, that's his priority in the morning before anything else happens. He has to have his coffee. I got to know him actually through my charity work, doing a pilgrimage up to Iona and Holy Island. So he came along and got to know him really well, and thought, well, we complement each other in terms of our skills.
Yeah.
You know, he's on the design side and I'm on the website, and obviously there's some good synergy there. So we work well together, and it also gives us a number of different skills and services that we can offer.
Definitely.
Obviously, there's the design side. So whether people start with a business card or a website, we can also help them with the graphic design. Or
of course, you got those skills.
Yeah, and also photography and other things. So.
So I think there's a lot. I've read a lot of stuff recently in the last few years talking about small teams, and just saying that's the future of business in a way, because you've got these small teams and you can pivot and do what you want, and it's like you've got enough people to have more skills than just one person has, but it's not a massive team where you have a communication issue, just the two of you.
And also we're in a fantastic network of other businesses that we can refer them to, or that will work on our behalf.
So you say in Lancashire there's a really good scene for that. There's people talking
there really
to
is,
people.
yeah, totally.
You're quite a networker, aren't you? You're part of I've seen you at a few different groups.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's our main source of new clients. Really,
is it
through networking?
Right.
Yeah. Even though we're a web design company, you might think it would all come through the website. But actually,
face-to-face contact.
Most business comes through relationships.
Yeah. Well, I found, especially when we went to BB4B and we're talking about the people and kind of people there, and you start talking about ideas, and then you find, like, say, linked values and stuff, and then it will lead to business. And it's often that way, isn't it? Rather than just, I need a website, go to Andy. Although there is that, isn't there?
There is, but like you say, having common ground, some kind of common ground can help. And it's all about building relationships, building trust, proving that you'll do what you say you'll do. And I think that's especially true for our industry, because a lot of people have been bitten, and there are a lot of companies out there that don't do what they say they'll do, or often customers feel like they're not getting the support they need, and they don't know how to update their website or the content themselves, and so they feel like they're getting charged for every little thing. And we don't work that way. Our priority is to train the client to make sure that they're comfortable in updating their site themselves. We don't ever want to be a bottleneck for people updating their sites.
Of course,
So we'll train them to be effective at updating themselves. And if they phone up and say, "Can you do this for me?" I'll say, "Well, I'll show you how to do it. And if you really can't do it, then we'll do it."
That's a really good model.
They're not always like that. Sometimes they just want a quick fix, and that's fine. But we'd much rather encourage them to get to grips with it, and then they're confident in keeping the content fresh, because we've all seen websites that are stale, have got no fresh content, that have not been touched for years, and you think, is that company actually active? What are they doing? And they're probably beavering away in the background, but they've just not found the time to keep the site updated. So that's really key. And it's a value for us really, is training our clients to a high standard.
Because I suppose if you train them to high standard, then they can focus on the higher things, which are the interesting things, the design things and where they really want to go, as opposed to getting bogged down with small things that could be fixed quite easily if you know what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Fantastic.